everyone, welcome to Wilkes Now. I'm Brianna Ibish.
And I'm Gracie Franco.
Let's take a look at what we have on today's show.
Hello everyone, I'm Ariel Reed. This week we'll be looking at stormy skies. I'll go more in depth later in the show.
Hello everyone, I'm Cabrini Renucci, the editor-in-chief for The Beacon, and on today's Beacon Briefs, I'll tell you what's in the news this week. Don't forget that you can grab your own copy of The Beacon at any campus building. I'll have more coming up soon. See you in a few.
I'm Kirsten Peters.
And I'm Ariel Reed.
Coming up on Sports Now, Taylor Gordy conducts 2 interviews with women's soccer head coach John McNichol and player Anna Seaman.
Then we'll discuss Colonel football's thrilling 36-35 overtime victory against Misericordia.
We'll see you back here soon for more.
So it's finally looking and feeling like fall outside. Halloween's this week.
I can't believe it's already going to be on Thursday.
Yeah, definitely. And like before you know it, Thanksgiving will be here and we'll be home for break, and I'm actually excited, so.
Me too. I can't wait to go home and see the family around that time.
Yeah, me either. Commuter and resident parking permit applications for the spring 2020 semester will be online starting Friday, November 1st. All returning students must apply. If you are interested in a Ralston permit, please note your preference in the comments. The deadline for application submission is 3 p.m. on Monday, December 16th. The applications will not reopen once they are closed. Any application received after the deadline of 3 p.m. on Monday, December 16th will not be submitted for review. If you have any questions, please email parking@wilkes.edu.
The Alumni Office will host Career Connections, a mentoring night with colonels on Monday, November 4th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. in the Henry Student Center Ballroom. Come meet with alumni and discuss their career experiences after graduating from Wilkes. Register now to be entered to win $50 in dining dollars. You must be present to win. If you have any questions, contact the Alumni Office at 570-408-7787 or email them at alumni@wilkes.edu. Now let's take over to Taylor for his personal interview with Wilkes sophomore Anna Seaman.
Thanks, Kirsten. Today I have the privilege of speaking with one of my favorite student athletes here on campus, Anna Seaman. Thanks for joining us today, Anna. At what age did you start playing soccer?
I started when I was 5 years old in a rec league back at home.
There's a bunch of who was your favorite coach, and did he or she contribute to the student athlete that you are today?
My favorite coach would have to be my high school coach, Mr. Mack. He was really important in shaping how I am as a soccer player. He really instilled in us that we should work on not only being good players but also good people.
Do you still keep in touch with him?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was heartbroken when you left.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, I really miss him.
But I'm pretty sure he's very proud of you, as we are too. Who is your favorite musical artist, and what genre do you prefer listening to?
If I had to pick a favorite artist, I would say Halsey, but I don't really listen to one specific genre. I try to listen to any music that I like.
What's the thing that gets you pumped for a game, when you're on the bus, or when you're getting ready to go out?
I mean, it really depends on what mood I'm in. Sometimes I like listening to sadder music even if I'm trying to get ready for a game, but obviously you have your pump up music.
It brings out the emotion. It makes you want to go do something great. If we were able to trade places and I took on your workload for a day, what are some of the daily tasks that I would have?
Well, usually I have an assignment in either physics or calc or statics. That would be due at midnight or something like that. But then there's also just looking over the stuff you took notes on in class, and then obviously practice.
Yeah, I know that can be a grind. What is the thing that you've accomplished that you're most proud of that's not related to soccer?
Back at home I did a lot of community service, and I'm really proud of the positive impact that had on my community.
As you should. What is something you will miss about Wilkes when you graduate from here?
I'm going to miss my friends and obviously the team, and I mean, once I graduate I'll be done with soccer, so that's kind of sad because that's always been a big part of my life.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Anna. It was nice to sit down and get to know a little bit about you. Now back to Sports Now.
Thanks, Taylor. Dr. Wagaha Taylor invites students from all majors and all Wilkes faculty, administrators, and staff to experience BA 464, International Business Experience. BA 464 is a spring 2020 course which explores the business strategies and cultures of England, Ireland, and Wales. Travel will take place from February 28th to March 7th during spring recess. The trip fee of the $2,995 includes round-trip airfare from JFK, hotels with European breakfast, dinner, private bathrooms, a bilingual tour director, and sightseeing and selected entrance fees. Please contact Dr. Wagaha Taylor at wagaha.taylor@wilkes.edu or 570-408-4712 for additional information. Now, let's send it to Cabrini with this week's Beacon Briefs.
Welcome to the Beacon Briefs. I'm Cabrini Renicki, the editor-in-chief for the Beacon here at Wilkes. Here's what's been happening. Last week, Bacchus, Boosting Alcohol Consciousness Concerning the Health of University Students, held its annual Alcohol Awareness Walk. The walk, which was on last Tuesday, started in Fenner Quad and continued for 1 mile into Kirby Park. Participating students received free t-shirts and food. The walk focused on underage and reckless drinking about college students. Students looking to make a change or just get more information can contact Julie Killian of Bacchus. In other news, on Wednesday, Kadita Kenner of Why Courts Matter delivered a presentation on the importance of federal judiciary. The presentation focused on the importance of judicial appointments as well as current court vacancies. Kenner discussed the current president's judicial appointments and their qualifications. At Sordoni Art Gallery, another Art in Context lecture was held, this time featuring Wilkes Professor Emeritus of Political Science, Thomas Baldino. Baldino's lecture was titled Reagan and Obama, Two Presidents, Many Differences, Yet Similar in Important Characteristics. The lecture focused on the two presidents featured in the Art Gallery's current exhibit by Pete Soja, past White House photographer. In Baldino's lecture, he discussed the similarity in their elections as well as the social changes during their presidency. The next Art in Context is November 13th at 4:30 p.m., featuring graphic designer Lisa Reynolds. Thanks for checking in, guys. That's all I have for today. I'm Cabrini Renicki, and this is Beacon Briefs. Now let's get back to the studio.
We'll be right back after this short public service announcement.
We're hungry for everything. We're big and bright. We're strong and giant.
But when we're hungry for real, we're heavy.
We're hard to find.
Without breakfast, everything's cloudy.
The world looks fuzzy.
When I was growing up, I was among the 1 in 6 American kids who struggle with hunger. And hungry mornings make tired days.
Grumpy days.
That kind of days.
But with the power of breakfast, the kids in your neighborhood can think big and be more.
When we're not hungry for breakfast, we're hungry for more.
More ideas. More experiments.
More dreams.
More friends.
More fun.
Breakfast helps me do well at school.
When kids aren't hungry for breakfast, they can be hungry for more. Together, you and I have the power to help kids be as big and bright as they can be. Go to hungeris.org and lend your time or your voice to make breakfast happen for kids in your neighborhood.
Welcome back. The Biology Club, Chemistry Club, Criminology and Sociology Club, and Webs are having a penny war during club hours on Thursdays with a different theme each week. This week's theme is favorite or least favorite social media app. The choices are Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. Every penny is worth 1 point, and everything other than a penny is worth negative points. For example, $1 is negative 100 points, and a quarter is negative 25 points. Every penny counts, and the last day to vote is on November 14th. Now let's check out the Eden Cafe with Ariel.
A Wilkes University alum is returning to his roots, opening up Eden, a vegan cafe right here in Wilkes-Barre on South Main Street. Dairy-free pizza, meatless burgers, and veggie buffalo wings are just a few of the offerings at Eden, a vegan cafe.
We first opened in Scranton in 2008, so it's been almost 11 years. It is an all-vegan comfort food place. So we take traditional comfort foods like burgers and pizzas, wraps, wings, all sorts of sandwiches and hoagies, and we just veganize them. So instead of using animal products, we use proteins like soy and wheat and pea protein. We use Beyond Burgers, which are really popular now. We've partnered with them. We get desserts from Vegan Treats down in Bethlehem. They're kind of like a famous vegan bakery. And I'm from Old Forge myself. We make Old Forge style pizza. We just use a non-dairy mozzarella cheese. So there is no meat, no dairy, no eggs, no honey in anything we do.
Vegan food is plant-based. There is no animal protein. Instead, we use proteins based from soy, wheat. Yeah, so everything is based from plants. There's no animal products. We don't use any dairy. Everything is basically soy-based, or like our cheeses are tapioca-based. So the proteins come from anything but animals. We get a lot of the Wilkes students. We accept the flex dollars, so a lot of the students come here to use those. They really seem to like that aspect of things. So we get a lot of the kids that aren't vegan, but are kind of curious of the vegan lifestyle, so they come in just to use their flex cards, or just to get the experience and to check out what's kind of new in the square and in the area for them.
Pelosi has had a location in downtown Scranton for more than a decade. He says he's thrilled to bring this option to people in Wilkes-Barre and excited to be so close to Wilkes University.
I am a Wilkes alum. I graduated from Wilkes in 2001. It's so cool to be back down here. The guy who owns the building is also another Wilkes alum, so we're pulling it all together. We have a few professors that are regular customers that have come up to Scranton, and they love that we're down here. I've given talks actually to some classes in the philosophy department over the past couple years about what we do and just about plant-based eating and veganism as far as it relates to the environment and different things like that. So we're looking to get more involved with the university and do that more, branching out instead of just the one department. And they've already talked to us about that. So very excited to be down here.
I spoke with Wilkes University students to get their opinion about what the new cafe means for the campus community.
I think it's nice that it's close to campus, and it's like another option for like people with dietary restrictions to have a restaurant to go to.
I've actually eaten there twice already, and both times that I've eaten there I was really satisfied. They have some great stuff there, especially their pizza is really good, and I tried their cheeseburger and it was actually really good. You really can't taste the difference between like vegan food and like actual meat, and I've never actually tried like a vegan restaurant before, so it was a really great experience for me and I really enjoyed it. I think that like any restaurant that offers any new kind of food is great for campus because it allows you to like diversify your options. I'd really love it if we got like more options of food around here, especially like different nationalities, like Japanese food or Chinese food or something like that. Would be really cool.
It's just in our second week now, but we're looking forward to getting to know everybody and becoming a part of the campus.
Eden is open from 11:30 to 6 Tuesday through Thursday and 11:30 to 8 Friday and Saturday. In Wilkes-Barre, I'm Ariel Reed with Wilkes Now.
Thanks, Ariel. The Wilkes Sports Management Club will be hosting a guest speaker panel on Thursday, November 14th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in UCOM 231. Professionals in the sports industry will be on hand fielding questions from students. Refreshments will be provided. The Sports Management Club will also be traveling to Baltimore for a tour of 2 stadiums on Friday, November 22nd. The club will visit M&T Bank Stadium, the home of the Baltimore Ravens, and Oriole Park at Camden Yards, the home of the Baltimore Orioles. Both events are open to all majors. For more information, contact Ryan Balliet at ryan.balliet@wilkes.edu. Now let's send over to Kirsten and Ariel for Sports Now.
Welcome to Sports Now. I'm Kirsten Peters.
And I'm Ariel Reed.
Before we take a look at all of the Wilkes athletics games this week, Taylor Gordy has an interview with women's soccer head coach John McNichol.
Thanks, Kirsten. Today we're here with Wilkes women's soccer head coach John McNichol.
Thanks for having me, Taylor.
Thanks for joining us today. Coach McNichol, the women's soccer team is 4-5-1 and 1-1 in conference play. I mean, that's pretty good. That's okay. That's not bad. Out of all the places that you could have coached at, why Wilkes? And what has changed since you've been here?
So I think anytime you get into coaching as a career, you always have an idea of where you want to end up. And for me, being a playing product of a Division III school, I really enjoy the Division III identity and the philosophy. So for me, I always knew I wanted to coach at a Division III institution. I was fortunate enough to be a grad assistant right out of school, and then got a head coaching job after 6 years as an assistant coach at Penn College in Williamsport, and always knew I wanted to be back in Wilkes-Barre. I went to Kings. I really enjoyed my time there, but from afar, being able to look at Wilkes and everything they were doing with the campus at the time over the last 10 years, it's been exciting. I lived downtown with my wife, and we had seen, we would go for a run. You just see all the new buildings and everything popping up, and just everything Wilkes was doing with the majors and the academic side of things. Wilkes was really a very desirable location for me, and when the job fortunately popped up, I was really excited, was fortunate to get through the entire interview process and be offered the position. And the great part about it is, even though during the interview process you're trying to make a school want to hire you. The school really sold itself with the people that we have on campus, the campus itself, and I've been very fortunate to be here. And since I've been here, seeing the completion of the Greenway, and just 2 weekends ago having the dedication of Bruggerworth Field over at the athletic complex at Ralston has been fantastic, and I could not be happier to be here. In terms of changes, I think whenever there's a new coach, there is going to be some change. Coach Samoski did an incredible job here for the 16 years that he was on campus, and there wasn't a lot that needed to be changed. There's some minor stuff with the formation that we play and little things that we do day in and day out, but I'd say for the most part the changes are very minor, and to the outside really wouldn't look like there's a lot of change, but I think if you ask the girls, they would say it might be some stuff that's significantly different, but I love being here at Wilkes and hope I'm here for a very long time.
Thanks, Coach. I'm sure the feelings are mutual. Just hearing the passion that you have, do you think that you will get emotional when you lose some of your key seniors?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you lose people, goodbyes are hard. And I think for me, it's been tough, when you're new, with our freshmen last year, I'm going to get 4 years with them. Our freshmen this year, it was our first recruiting class. So I almost feel like I missed a little bit of time with last year's seniors, obviously this year's seniors, and next year's seniors only getting 1, 2, and 3 years with them. But in that short time that I've had here, they've made a tremendous impact on me as a coach and as a person. And I think anytime you think about, hey, this is that last time we'll get to go out on the field together here at Wilkes, or that day that you honor them, it's always a tough moment. And I think emotions are definitely high, and I think for us it's really trying to control our emotions on that day, because we have a very talented Eastern side coming in and have to make sure that we take care of business after our ceremony on the prior to the match. But at the same time, we're really excited, and we have a great group of seniors. They all deserve that honoring and recognition. And I think senior day is an exciting day. It's emotional, but I think our banquet is usually where you tend to see a little bit more of that emotion, because that is that final farewell to everybody as a group. But we just have such an incredible group of seniors. We have 9 great young women who I was fortunate enough to get 2 years with. I wish I could be selfish and have all 4 years of their career, but to have those 2 years has been very special, and I'm very fortunate and can't wait to thank them for that time on Saturday.
Thanks, Coach. So thank you so much for being here today. We wish you and your players the best of luck for the rest of the season. And now back to Kirsten and Eric for more.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Taylor. In other news, Colonel football took the cake this week with a 36-35 overtime victory against Misericordia, while women's soccer, field hockey, and women's volleyball each split their contests for the week.
Freshman wide receiver Nate Whitaker returned an opening kick 93 yards to the house, setting the tone for the rest of the football game. A kick through the uprights by freshman Justin Pollock gave Wilkes a 7-0 lead, while fans were still filling into their seats.
Senior linebacker Bud Moyer blocked Misericordia's field goal attempt on the following drive. Senior quarterback Jose Tabora finished Wilkes' drive with a 23-yard pass to junior wide receiver Richard Ermias to give the Colonels a 14-0 lead just 4 minutes into the game.
Following a crackback block penalty with an interception, Tabor was assessed with back-to-back unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, resulting in his ejection with under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter.
The Cougars were able to tie the game at 14 before a fumble recovery by junior linebacker Cole Jesmer gave Wilkes the ball. Sophomore quarterback Doug Weiss, the third-string quarterback who replaced Tabora, did his job to get sophomore fullback Jeremiah Acker into the end zone for the 20-14 lead heading into halftime.
Misericordia started the second half with the ball and put points on the board. On Wilkes' possession, freshman running back Jaquan Shields ran 4 times to find the end zone for the 26-21 lead. A field goal put the Colonels up 29-21.
Misericordia tied the game at 29 and sent the game to overtime, where they found the end zone in 4 plays. They missed the extra point, which proved to be crucial in the Colonels' victory.
On 4th and 12, Wiest found Whitaker as he was being hit for a touchdown, with Pollock connecting on the extra point to send Wilkes' sideline into a frenzy.
Weiss finished 9 of 17 for 79 yards with 1 touchdown, while Shields recorded a career-high 154 yards to go with a touchdown, stealing the top spot for the day.
Whitaker was named MACCO Special Teams Player of the Week following the victory.
Outside of the exciting Colonel football game, women's soccer, field hockey, and women's volleyball went 500 on the week. Men's soccer struggled to put a win on the board, however, tying with Kings and suffering a loss to DeSales.
Kings took a 1-0 lead just 2 minutes and 41 seconds into the contest. However, junior midfielder Nicholas Gatos scored the lone Colonel goal 53 seconds later to tie the game at 1 with Kings.
However, that was all the excitement Wilkes would have in this game, played entirely in the rain, as neither team would be able to find the back of the net in 2 overtimes.
Despite the men's tie with Kings, the women had the Monarchs pegged, snagging a 5-1 victory. Wilkes tallied an impressive 4 goals in the final 20 minutes of the game.
Senior forward Jessica Egan got Wilkes on the board in the 21st minute, with Kings answering back 16 minutes later to tie the contest at 1.
Sophomore midfielder Karina Vargas had a clean rocket shot in the second half to take the edge for Wilkes. Jessica Egan followed with another goal, and forwards Tatiana Mansura and Allison Pete closed out the Colonel scoring.
However, neither Colonel's soccer team was able to beat DeSales, with the men falling 2-1 and the women falling 1-0.
Despite the victories against Kings for Colonel soccer, field hockey fell 4-3 to Kings in the final minutes of their contest.
On senior day, however, Wilkes was ready to go, stopping Delaware Valley 2-1.
The Aggies took an early 1-0 lead in the first quarter, but the goals by juniors Zoe Stepanski and Allie Dunn claimed the comeback victory.
Stepanski added her second penalty stroke of the season, while Dunn notched the game-winning tally with just over 11 minutes remaining in the final frame.
As for women's volleyball, the Colonels won 2 contests and lost 2 contests.
In their first match, however, the contest was about more than just volleyball. Despite losing 3-0 to DeSales, both teams came together for Pediatric Cancer Night. The Colonels honored the Go for the Gold Foundation with custom-made t-shirts worn by both teams during warm-ups and yellow shoelaces.
All of the proceeds for the event went to the Go for the Gold Foundation and promoted awareness about children's cancer.
Following their 3-0 loss to DeSales, the Colonels recorded back-to-back victories against Penn State Berks and Rutgers Camden.
In the 5-set thriller with Penn State Berks, senior opposite hitter Jamie Mikovich led Wilkes with 21 kills, a new career high of 28 digs, and 4 aces. Senior middle hitter Michelle Natalie recorded the game-winning kill, producing a career-high 12 kills on the night with a .407 hitting percentage. Against Rutgers Camden, the Colonels avenged their September 21st loss with a 3-0 victory. Mikovich led the way with 20 kills, 17 digs, and 3 service aces.
Sophomore setter Carly Huffman had 37 assists to fuel the Colonels' offensive attack and added 10 digs on defense.
As for men's and women's cross country, the women took 4th place and the men took 7th place at the Hood College Open.
Freshman Mia Hensel led all Colonels with a time of 24 minutes and 57 seconds for 25th place.
Senior Carolyn Rickard and junior Autumn Pedron finished 29th and 35th respectively.
Junior Noah Molina ran a season-best 27:59 in the 8K for a 28th place finish. His time was the 12th best mark in 8K program history.
As for the Beacon's Athlete of the Week, on the men's side, it's junior cross-country runner Noah Molina, and on the women's side, it's senior soccer player Delphina Breaky.
Be sure to grab your copy of the Beacon that comes out every Tuesday to see the Athlete of the Week spreads and the rest of the sports section. Now that's all we have today for Sports Now. I'm Kirsten Peters.
And I'm Ariel Reed. We'll be back after this public service announcement.
An athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Hey, are you feeling okay? You've been alone a lot lately, acting a little, maybe depressed. You can talk to me whenever. Cool?
Cool.
Mental health. It's not weird between friends. Learn more at bringchangetimind.org.
Hi y'all, I'm Ariel Reed reporting for the weather for this week. Currently we're looking at temperatures of 55 degrees. Today we're going to have a high of 63 and a low of 50. Throughout the rest of the week, Wednesday we're looking at cloudy skies with a high of 68 and a low of 54. Sadly, I regret to inform you that we are looking at a 60% chance of thunderstorms in Wednesday evening. And those thunderstorms will carry out throughout the week. Thursday we're looking at 90% chance of storms with a high of 66 and a low of 54. Friday we're looking at a 70% chance of storms in the early morning with a high of 57, low of 37. Thankfully, Saturday it'll clear up just in time for some Colonel football with a high of 50 degrees, low of 33. Sunday and Monday, we're looking at mostly sunny skies, and we're averaging about 49 degrees as the high and 32 degrees as the low. So just to reiterate about the storm that's heading our direction, Wednesday morning, as you can see, we're having foggy skies, but as you can see right here, we have a storm in the Appalachian region of the United States, and that storm will slowly make its way towards us. And Wednesday around 8 p.m., as you can see, we're in the light green region, which means that we are going to have potential storms, but we shouldn't have too heavy of storms at the time. Thursday, early in the morning, as you can see, again, we're still in the light green zone, and the storm's slowly making its way towards us. Thursday by 8 p.m., we should be having thunderstorms at that time, but by Friday in the evening, those storms should pass the entire way. We're going to take a more in-depth look for Thursdays. As you can see in the Wilkes-Barre area, Thursday morning, we have light storms, and then as you can see by 2 p.m., the storm that's coming from that region is starting to surround the area. And by 8 p.m., we should have thunderstorms at that time. And those thunderstorms will carry over from 8 p.m. the night before to 8 a.m. the next morning on Friday. But thankfully, by 2 p.m., those storms should be past, and we should just have light rain at the time. Looking ahead for the rest of the week, we should have a warm and humid first 2 days, and we're looking at high chances of rain Wednesday through Friday. I'm Ariel Reed. Back to you guys at the anchor desk.
That's all the time we have for today. Just a reminder, you can watch us live every Tuesday on Service Electric Channel 97 at 12 noon. Also, check out our YouTube channel for episodes of the show and more.
And in case you missed it, our broadcast re-airs every weeknight at 7:30 p.m. I thank you very much for watching. From all of us here at Wilkes Now, have a great week.